So today I'd like to do a video of me going through the entire process of making a card from scratch. So this video is going to be uncut so you can see everything, all the little mistakes I'm making and all the little mishaps. So we're going to start with looking at the cow, the content and assets organizer. I have an old card called Tree Planting Campaign, and I think we could do a slightly more powerful one, build 100 wells. If you're familiar with the Mr. Beast lore, he's famous for building wells for charity in Africa. Let's just go right to Claude and see if we can punch it in. Claude's already got the Claude.md setup, and it's got access to my code base, so it is mostly familiar with the format of the way that I want the data to be organized. In the repository, I have all the cards as JSON files, so I probably should put that in a skill so it doesn't have to look at other JSON files to figure out the format, but we're just gonna go with it anyways. The card title, build 100 wells, costs 4, gain 2 victory points, each opponent draws 1. Claude's asking me for permission to write this file. A quick look through, including the image prompt, video prompt. Okay, looks okay. Hit yes already, please, Alfred. Yes, thank you. So it created the file. So this is just the JSON file. We're gonna need other things like image and video and the cow tool, the content assets organizer. This thing has built-in capabilities to handle all the different tasks without me typing in the long command line and stuff to do it. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, it's all my credentials are in that window and not at the new window, so that's why I had to go back to this window. Okay, let's go. Here I am typing in the command. The command I want is generate and crop, and all I have to do is punch in the slug or the ID or enum for that particular card, and the command line utility knows where to look for the file. So this is making a generation through Nano Banana. I'm using Open Router, but you could use whatever you want. And I'm reloading the I need to rebuild the cow tool because the cow tool, actually I don't need to rebuild the cow tool, but we're doing it anyways. I'll have it. Now we go back to the browser. The browser is just a easier, nicer way to navigate through my content. And under actions, I can see my build 100 wells. Look at this. Okay, image generated. Looks good. For today only, I'm gonna splurge a little bit and actually generate the videos. So the video generation is done through VO. I'm using VO 3.1, I believe. Why didn't it like that? Oh, okay. So there's some imperfections with my command line tool. The names for the files need to be in a particular way. Little paper cut here and there. Little things I can improve on in the future to make it a little bit more seamless, but you get the idea. So here we go, generating the video. This is just a short video. I use it in my game to give the card played a little bit of pop and sound effect. And it's gonna go for a while it's doing that. So the game is called Influencer Peak Timeline. That's the name. You know how Magic the Gathering used to be Magic? Okay, we're done. We're done. Sorry, we can't create the video from input images containing photorealistic children. Please remove the reference. Oh yeah, African children in there. Okay. So normally I take my time to like really come up with something better, but for the sake of this demonstration video, I'm just gonna do something really quick. Let's just switch it all to cartoon characters and that'll do the job. One thing I like about this, using Claude to help me with the image prompt, is that it comes up with embellishments and little nuances and details that I don't think of. And then I really normally would take my time to really edit the prompt that it comes up with, but today's demonstration, we're just gonna go real fast here. So here it knows where to look for my JSON file and it's just gonna do the edits for me. Yeah, that's fine. Now I'm going to go back to image generation using the cow tool. Right, I have it in a different directory. Okay, the cow tool. Contents and assets organizer. I keep calling it something else, didn't I? Yes, overwrite. So image generation, it's like, forgot how much, it's like pennies. So that's not a big deal. Okay, this thing's absolutely horrible and ugly. Again, for the sake of this demonstration, we're just gonna go with it. Again, under normal circumstances, I'd really take my time and come up with something. I'd probably grind on this one like a couple more times. Again, going back to the file renaming, I'm just doing this because the tools like names and files a certain way in order to work. It's a small inconvenience. I'm already going pretty fast with my workflow. Sometimes, even in the world of AI, like I just like to do things by hand so I know what's going on. We're gonna go back to video generation this time. So this time it will be using the cartoon version of the image and not the photorealistic version. So it shouldn't have any problems with the restriction now. Okay, while it's generating, we could talk about the this game you're playing an influencer, and the idea is that you're trying to get followers and improve your social standing. That's represented by victory points, and other resources in the game include credits. Because the world runs on money, you use credits to pay for your action cards and other things. And here we go, downloading video. It's done. 90 cents for the video, in case you're wondering. I'm making these little videos are like the shortest videos possible. Oh my god, it's pretty horrible. Hey, I'm all for AI generation, but like I recognize Slop when I see Slop. You know, one thing I was thinking about is the Slop aesthetic. You don't want to watch Slop, but I think the Slop aesthetic kind of like goes into the playful commentary that this game is making, right? Like, you know, we're not actually trying to be beautiful and perfect here. We're trying to make a statement about the influencer game that the online people are playing. So I convert the generated video to OGV because OGV is the only video format that Godot can handle. And now I'm just gonna I have a folder for all my content, and then I have a separate Godot folder. So this one is basically copying over to my Godot folder. And right, I need a sync-slugs. So this makes sure my Postgres database has all the JSON file data. And now I'm going back to Claude because I'm actually going to do the implementation for the card. So far we've created the content. Oh, okay, it's using the implement skill card. So this is actually going into the code base and making actual code to implement the effect of the card. You're gaining, you spend 4 to gain 2 victory points, but because it's priced so cheaply, we're gonna give your opponents a card to make up for the effect. This is a relatively simple card. Again, for the sake of this demonstration, we're just gonna go with simple. I have other cards that are way more complicated, and maybe I'll show them one day. But this is a relatively simple card with a simple effect. I expect no trouble for Claude to implement cards like that. Okay, so that's the screen with all my services up and running. Let's see, what am I doing here? Okay, right. I have a character that I use for testing. So I'm just gonna quickly stick my brand new card into the test character. Put in a couple of copies, so I have a good chance of drawing it. And what else do I need to do? Right, I need to sync again. I know I call it sync-slugs, but it also syncs the edited decks to the database, both Postgres database. The services are connecting directly to the database to read some of the information. Okay, here's my UI to change the deck to the test deck. Now I'm gonna start the game. Hopefully I draw 100 wells right there. Here we go. Main phase. Here's my card. It's a little hard to see, but you see I got 2 victory points. I don't show the hand count, but rest assured the other players each drew an extra card. So that's me testing out finishing the card and testing out in Godot. Now I am in the middle of plugging in my phone, trying to plug in my phone. Got some cheap cable, so it's not plugging in well. And okay, and I'm doing an Android build. So while the build is going on, it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna answer more questions from the FAQ. Card games. I've always liked card games. I've played traditional card games, 52 cards. Played Magic, played Elfar, Lord of the Five Rings. That was quite a long time ago. I like to play online games like Hearthstone, Magic, Marvel Snap. Target audience for the game. Well, I mean, for every one real player of a game, there's probably 10 people that just watch content. So everybody's a potential audience. Even if you don't play, you can watch. By the way, I really love Distraction Makers. They talk a lot about Magic. I watch them even though I don't play Magic anymore. Next question, when's it out? When can I play it? I'm gonna take my time, so I ain't gonna answer that. Maybe we'll see at 100 subs. How long have I been working on the game? Well, looking at my oldest notes, it looks like I first took a serious stab at this in December 2022. I was merely trying to make a Marvel Snap clone. Next question. Tech of choice. Why Godot, not Unity? Unreal? Nobody uses Unity anymore. Just kidding. Everybody knows why people switch from Unity to Godot. Why Golang instead of Node, Python, C#? Well, I think C# was a strong contender when I was working on in the Unity. Okay. Going back to the build. Build is done. Look, it totally works on my phone. I am playing my card now and turning up the volume so you can hear it. Okay. Oh my god, this card's absolutely horrible. That's gonna go through a card makeover at some point in the future. And I think we're done here. Just gonna send it back to GitHub via commit. Okay, back to FAQ while that's going on. I talked about the contents asset organizer. Okay, good question. How much of this code was written by AI versus you? Well, listen, I've started this code base several times from scratch. The most recent version of the code base, I would say, is about 80% AI. However, I have a large backlog of old code and old prototypes, and I told Claude, hey, use my old code as the basis of the new code. So this is kind of like making a the sourdough. You're doing sourdough and your friend gives you a little bit of their sourdough so you could get your sourdough going. So the old code and the old prototypes helped me kickstart this most recent version very, very quickly. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's something else you'd like to see. Until next time.